Hey guys, welcome back to another video. This is day 10 and we are going to start some hands-on programming based on the topics we have learned till now in the Python series. So today we are going to cover some programming questions based on operators, input-output function and other topics we have learned. So without any delay, let's get started. So first question for today's video is that we have to calculate the area and perimeter of the rectangle whose height, whose length and breadth will be input by the user. So first of all, what we will do, we will input length and breadth from the user of a rectangle. So we all know and we have all studied in school grade mathematics that to find the perimeter of the rectangle, the formula is 2 times length plus breadth, and the area formula is length multiplied by breadth. So let's start the program code. I will take the input of an integer. So for that I have to typecast input, enter length. I have to give the command. This is for length and this is for breadth. Enter breadth. Now what? We have to find the perimeter. So to get the perimeter, we can simply say, write the formula 2 multiply by L plus B, like this. So here, according to operator precedence, the first precedence will be given to the parameter. So L plus B will be calculated first, as we have done in mathematics. And secondly, we have to calculate then the area. So L multiplied by B. And then we will print perimeter, print area. Now you can also give the command that area is in the inverted commas, but I am simply writing the value perimeter and area, as we all know that we have only 2 values to print. So first of all, we will enter the length. Let's suppose 65, not 65, that is very huge number. Let's 16, okay. And breadth will be, let's suppose 20. So 72 is the perimeter of the rectangle and 320 is the area of a rectangle. So this is how you can use arithmetic operators to calculate any value given by the user. Okay. Next program is kinetic energy. So here we have to calculate the kinetic energy of a moving body whose mass and velocity will be given by the user. As we all know, again, the formula for kinetic energy, calculating the kinetic energy is half, that is 0.5 multiplied by mass into velocity square. So we will again take the input of mass like this, int input, enter the value of mass. Now I am copying this statement and write like this. I will change the value v and here I will say enter velocity. Now simply I will frame my expression according to formula of kinetic energy. So I can take a variable like Ke for kinetic energy and then I will calculate. So for representing half, I will 1 by 2, I will write 0.5 because in decimal the value is 0.5. Now I will write my next expression, rest of the expression in a parenthesis, so that it will be calculated first. So v square, for v square we can write v multiplied by v, because v square is simplifying that v square is equal to, we all know v square is equal to v multiplied by v. So I'm writing like this. I hope it's clear. Now I will print the value of kinetic energy. This is the first practical session we are having in this series. So stay excited, because in the upcoming series, I am coming with lots of projects and assignments for you all. And now the Python has just started. The coding part is just started. So stay excited and stay connected. Enter mass, 45, velocity, 3. I'm just taking a small number because it's going to be square. So 202.5. So this is the advantage in Python. You can say that you have given an integer. Both are integers, but you are getting an answer in decimal. Why? Because you don't know that after calculation of that particular formula of particular operation, what value you will get. Maybe it is in the form of decimal, maybe in the form of integer. No? So it will automatically typecast your value. It will automatically change the value and give the output according to the value it calculates. Okay. So this is the advantage, very good advantage, because in other language it is you have to typecast, you have to tell the compiler that store in this kinetic energy variable and double type or a float type. But here you don't have to tell it. You simply write 0.5 multiplied by this and it simply typecast your value. Now the third program for today's video is swap numbers. So this is an interesting question. You just have to swap the values of two variables into one another. For example, if I have two variables, let's suppose a and b, and I have given the value a let's suppose 10 and b is equal to 20. So after my program, the values will be swapped. Now the a will contain 20 and b will contain 10. So I have to do this. And the best part is you don't know the values. So what you will do? Now you're thinking that's very easy. You simply write a is equal to b and b is equal to a. Simple. It's not like that. If you have ever shift a glass of water, if you have taken if you have two glasses, both are filled with different type of liquids. For example, this is glass 1 and this is glass 2. This contains water, this contains milk, and I am asking you to swap the contents of these two glasses. I am sure everyone have done this in their life. What you will do? Now you can say that 1 is equal to 2 and 2 is equal to 1. No. What you will do? You will take one more glass, that is 3, but which is empty. Now you can shift the contents of first glass to this third glass. Okay, then you will shift the contents of second glass to first glass, and the the extra glass content will be shifted to the second glass. Then they will be swapped. Similarly, we will do in a programming. Here what we will do, a is equal to, let's suppose 10 and b is equal to 20. These are two values. I will take a third variable, let's suppose c, and I will say c is equal to a. Shift the value of a of the first variable into the third variable, as we have done in the classes that we have shifted the content of glass a to the to the glass 3. Okay. Next, what we will do? Now I will now a is empty because I have transferred my content of a to the third glass. Now my first glass is empty, so I will fill my first glass with the value of with the content of second glass. So second glass is b, so I will say fill a with content of b, or you can say pass the value of b to variable a. Okay. Now in the compiler, in the memory, what we have? Let's suppose a was 10, b was 20, and I have initialized c, which was initialized the value of first variable, that is 10. So c is having 10, and we have transferred the value of b to a, that is 20. Now what we have to do? We have to convert this 20. We have to store 10 into this variable b in place of 20. So I will shift the value of c into b. Okay. The value of c will be stored into b. So on the left side, the variables will be those to which you have to store the values. And on the right side, we are taking the variables from which we are taking the value. Okay. I hope it is clear. If in any case you have doubt while writing down this program, do remember the glass example. I always do this. Whenever I get confused and I have to swap the values in any program, I always do this thing. That this is A, this is B, this is C, and I have to shift the contents of from A to B and B to A, what will I do? And I follow the similar steps in my programming and my program is done. So this is very easy and that's a very interesting question. Okay, so let's suppose I have taken the value A. Okay, I have just copied my previous, so I can say enter a number. B is equal to, again, let's suppose, okay. Now what the logic is that I have to take a third variable, and in the third variable I will store the value of first variable like this. Then I will store the value of second variable or the second class into the first class because it is empty now, and I have stored the content. I have taken that copy to the duplicate variable or the third variable, and now B will contain A. Simply you can like this, that's initially what you are doing. When I have told you this question that you have to shift the contents of A to B and B to A to B and B to A, what you are doing, you told me that shift the contents of A to B like this, A to B and B is equal to A. Like this. Stick with this only. You can say last two steps of this code are same. Like this. You have to just make an extra step in which you are shifting the value of A, or you can say you are making a copy of variable A into a temporary variable or a third variable C. Okay, so that it doesn't lost. Because if I do this, both variable will be same. If I pass the value of B to A, then it becomes 20. Now both variables become 20. Then how can I shift my value of first variable to the second variable? So for that, I am taking a third variable, that is C, and that is the extra step you have to perform in this particular program. Simple. So you can remember like this also. You can remember with a class example also, and you can make an extra logic for you as well to remember this. Okay, now I am printing the value of A and B like this. That value of A is A and value of B is B. And then I am running this code. Enter a number, let's suppose 60. Enter a number, let's suppose 70. The value of A is 70 and B is 70. What we have done here? Oh, B is equal to A. No, B is equal to C because C is containing a duplicate value of A. Okay, so I have to do this. Enter a number 60, 70. Okay, now the values are swapped, that A contains 70 and B contains 60. So this is how you can do the swapping. If you want that you don't want to use a third variable, then how can we swap the values? Think about this. If you do this, do let me know in the comment section. The special winner or the lucky one will get a special prize from me. If you do this without using third variable, you have to swap the values of two variables. Okay. And if you want me to cover in this my next video, do let me know in the comment section. Okay, now the final program for today's video is we have to calculate the net salary for the employee working in any company whose basic salary will be given by the user. We will get the basic salary. Now we have to calculate the net salary. How we will calculate the net salary? The formula is given here that you have to add these three allowance, basic plus DA plus TA, and the allowance are calculated based on the basic salary. So we have to calculate them also. We have to calculate TA, we have to calculate DA, and all the details are given here. So what we will do first, we will take the input of basic. So I am just copying it. Okay. So basic is equal to this. Enter basic, I can say. Okay, one thing more here. If you don't want to give any command here, you can simply ignore this. You can simply write this also. Then the compiler will not give command that is what you have to enter. If you know that you have to enter only one value, then why do you need a command every time? This is just for our understanding. Or if you're creating any software and if you have a user, then you can display a message to him or her. But if you are only using that output, then I don't think that this is the need for every time. So I am skipping this part. From next time I will skip. Okay, I hope it is clear that it is optional. Now basic, we have basic. Now I'm calculating the allowances, that is DA is 25%. So I have already mentioned this in one of my previous video, that to calculate percentage, what we will do, we will simply write like this in mathematics, and now I will convert into decimal for my easy coding. Or you can write using the division operator like this, 25 divided by 100 and then multiplied by basic, like this you can write. But I don't like this format. That's why I will convert it into decimal, because I know the basic mathematics, we can convert it. So I am writing like this. Now it's your choice how you want to write. Now TA is 30%, so 0.3 हो गया, 0.30 then 0.3, multiply it by basic. Now we have to calculate the PF. PF is 10%, so 0.1. You can simply convert this percentage number by dividing it by 100. At 10 upon 100 in decimal, we know that is 0.1. If I get 5%, so 5% will be 0.05. We all know this. We have done this in our basic mathematics and academics. Basic. Now I have to calculate the net salary. What happened? Okay, wait. Net salary. It's the DA plus TA plus basic. Yes, we don't forget it because it's the main thing. Minus PF. Okay, and then we will print. I am printing the direct value. Okay, no command at all. You can write if you want. Okay, now as you can see on the terminal, there is no command to me that enter a basic salary or enter a number like that. But I know that I have made this code, I have created this program, so I know I have to give a value, because I am the only programmer. If you are the user and I am creating, then you will get confused at what I have to enter, what the program is asking, is it running or not. But as a programmer, you know that you have created this program. So I am entering a basic salary, let's suppose 20,000. So 29,000 will be the net salary according to the details given to us, that if you have 30% of basic is TA, DA and PF, by all that this, you can simply calculate a net salary of the employee. So as you can see, this is this program can work as a mini software in any company, because every company have employees and every company need to calculate the basic net salary using the basic and all the things. So you see, you have become a mini developer like so. So that's in this video. I hope you have enjoyed and I hope you have learned something new in this video. So keep supporting us. Till then, see you in next video. Till then, bye bye. Thank you everyone.